Sakhiya Vaghar Sabse Nyara. This is the song of Kabir. He is indicating. One can indicate only. It is not easy to say what is realized. It is almost impossible job, but one has to do. One has to give indications. Sakhiya Vaghar Sabse Nyara. Beloved, that house is the most amazing. That is not a house, it is a home. Ho ja. It is a home, it is not a house. That house. There is a home. We don't know when we left that home. And maybe you are searching and searching and searching and not finding. And that is our main suffering. Because we are not at home. The moment you are at home, the suffering disappears. Why suffering disappears? Because all the duality disappears. If you are not at home, what you are suffering? You are not suffering only pain, you are suffering pleasure also. Ho jaye. Pleasure is also a suffering. If you are aware, you will see it, that it is a suffering. But while living life, one has to suffer. You are very serious. Why you are serious? Have fun. Because there is so much suffering already. At least don't become serious. The home is very unusual. Amazing. It is very difficult to say things which are realized. It is even difficult to translate what is said. It is a really tremendous job. He may have written this song or sung this song like this, but when one has to translate it and one has to do justice, he may take few months. Even then, it will not be a right translation. Few things cannot be translated in a way where the absolute state is. No, absolute state is not a person. In Sanskrit, it is called Purusha. Purusha is the highest principle. Yes, to whom Kabir is saying as home, it is a state of being. In that state, you become totally complete, one, whole. There is no other. You alone are there. Nobody. That is why you are at peace, because there is no other. No war, no marriage, no talaq. Nothing of the sort. Everything is just absent. You are full and complete, and you are enough to yourself. You think it will be very troubling. It is not. It is not. It is just complete. See what he says. Jahan nahi sukh dukh, where there is no joy, no sorrow. Good. Saach nahi, saach jhoot nahi, paap na punya pasara. Neither truth nor lies, nor the confusion of good and evil. गुड एंड इविल कहाँ से आ गए? पाप ना पुण्य. पुण्य मीन्स वर्च्यू. So all these are not there. What is not there? All the relative counterparts, opposites are not there. If the first thing is not there, second thing is not there. If the sukh is not there, if there is no pleasure, where suppose you eat a ice cream, okay? They give some time, our hotel. They don't send to me. I heard that people are eating ice cream and I feel jealous. And it gives you pleasure, okay? Eat one more. You will have double pleasure. Now eat two more. What happens after the 10th? It will be really painful, isn't it? Same thing which gave pleasure in the beginning will give pain in the end. But both are absent in that home. And that home is not somewhere, it is inside. You are just out. Just turn back, go in, that's all. That is the only thing. नहीं तहाँ ज्ञान ध्यान नहीं जप तप वेद किताब न बानी. Where there is no day or night, no sun or moon, where there is light without any flame. That is true. When you enter your home, you will see there is no sun, there is no moon. There is no need of light and there is no darkness. Without flame, without any electricity, without any lamp or candle, it is lighted. Very soft light. That is our home. Kabir is saying, Kabir is inviting, come home. Come back home. All these things are very poetic. When there are new people in my retreat, so I have to use all these poetic things because I need some excuse to talk. Otherwise, I can talk straight away. And I have my own way of talking, which I have developed somehow. I am very slow in understanding things, very slow. But then its benefit is also I have. That when I understand. Then it cannot. People understand very fast. I get amazed. What you have understood? I ask. Then I found it is totally fake. They are just pretending that they have understood, but they have not understood a thing. What it means, this poetic language and home, that home, it simply means that the attention is going out. How attention is going out? In the morning, now I am speaking my language. हो जाए? Now suffer me. थोड़ा लाफो तो सही यार. When you wake up in the morning after a deep sleep, what happens? What happens first? Consciousness arises. Remember, I am going to ask you all this, and then I will see how much you have understood. Okay? What happens first? In deep sleep, there is no consciousness. Okay? It has gone to Sasural or Maike, to their in-laws, okay? That is my way of joking. consciousness is not there. That is why you don't know that you are. In deep sleep, there is no consciousness. That is why you don't know that you are. Is it okay? It is right? Bola na? Okay. And at the same time, you don't know that the world is. Is okay? The moment awakening happens, what is the first moment? The first moment is that the consciousness appears. Is it okay? When the consciousness appears, immediately you come to know that you are, isn't it? पता लगता है ना कि मैं हूं. The moment you come to know that you are, at the same moment, simultaneously, you come to know that the world is. It simply means that in that very consciousness, the world is contained. It is little difficult to grasp, but if you meditate, if you contemplate, you will come to the conclusion that this universe appears with the appearance of the consciousness. So it is contained in the consciousness. All there is consciousness. All there is, all the forms you perceive, they are made of consciousness. Now this is the trick. You call it the trick of God or whatsoever you want, Lord, God, Paramatma, Brahm. There are many, many beautiful names. But there is very much trick played that it is consciousness searching its own source and taken this far to realize itself, to experience itself. When consciousness appears in the morning, the world appears. The first thought happens to you, or better to say, the first feeling happens to you, you come to know that I am. It is a feeling. There is no need, thought. It is a feeling. You just feel that I am. Now the journey begins. Now this consciousness, how it is functioning? It is functioning through attention. Attention is its rays, tool, whatever you want to say. Now it has appeared in the body. When it appears in the body, it starts amusing, I was saying. It start assuming that I am this body. Why? Because consciousness has no form. When it appears, then it is reflected in the body. When it is reflected in the body, immediately a feeling arises that I am. This I am means I am this body. The moment that thought arises or that feeling arises that I am, this I am is like a shadow. Consciousness reflected in the body as I thought is a shadow. But it is a must, it is a needed. Otherwise this body can not function. Some center is needed. So this is a false center which is called I. Actually it does not exist. It has no existence of its own. It is imaginary. It is a concept. It is a thought. It is a feeling. Actually, it does not exist. This I now starts functioning. It uses all the senses which we have. How many senses we have? Into 50 here. Okay, 250. We have 5 senses through eyes. Now the attention is going. These eyes are nothing but a door. attention goes out, perceives things, objects, people, or whatsoever is, comes back, reports, and then one mechanism is developed called mind. It is like a computer. This mind is like a computer. It contains all the memories, all the experience, all the inputs which are fed in. Now a small child has no memory of any sort. A small child has instinctive center. Suppose there is too much heat, the baby will start crying. It is instinctive. Or if the baby urinated and everything is wet, may start crying, or may be hungry, or maybe now he has no word. He knows no language. He has no memory. So this is happening by itself. Okay. Now slowly, you train him. You give all the inputs. First input is given through the mother by the name. Okay. What is the name of the baby? Say Sejo. Okay. Our Jayadev's baby's name is Sejo. I have given. Hoja. I do many things. I give baby's name also. So, when you see Sehjo, Sehjo knows nothing. She does not know that you are the mother and he is the father, and that is fan and that is bulb and that is a TV. He does not know. He is one with everything. He cannot distinguish. Yes, you are good. You help me, please. Oh yeah. See, these people don't help me. Good, very good. I need. This baby has no power of distinguishing. Okay, is okay. When you see, you don't see everything together. Do you see? Though everything is together. It is in union. It is all one, but you see everything separate. Mind is the faculty to divide, to separate, to distinguish. When I see all you may be different figures, but I can see you all as together, as one. And as well, I can see you separate also. But when you see, you don't see that unity. Do you see? You see manyness, vividhata, anekta. Translate. Manyness. There is one word which I am trying to recollect. Diversity. Diversity. Okay. A baby has no faculty, but slowly it will be developed. First, you try to make aware him of his body. How? You put your finger at the cheek. Sejo, Sejo. Dekho uncle aaye. Dadaji. They call me Dadaji. See? Without being Dada, I am Dada. Dada means great parents. Father's father, that is Dada. So I said. So I will have many helpers now. Slowly, baby starts feeling its body. When it starts feeling its body, immediately the I feeling is becoming, taking shape. Getting? Now this I feeling, I thought, starts gathering more and more information. That this is mom, this is dad, this is this. And you go on educating. You go on putting inputs. and the one day computer is ready. Now whatsoever is gone in comes out as a reprint, as a printout. And then sometime you claim, I know what you know. These are just memories and information. Actually, if you go in the computer, what computer shows in the screen, the images or whatsoever, will you find inside somewhere? It is not the same way. If you enter into the mind of someone, you find nothing. Now it is not surprising that there is only a machine there. He puts this type of cassette inside, and here you listen different sounds, and how it is happening. Is not a miracle? Magic. It is a magic world. Your being there and my being here is also a magic. But it is a magic. Nothing is truth in it. It is just a magic. But we are so hypnotized in our thought process, in our feeling process, in our experience process, that it gives us a continuity that we believe that this is true. Nothing is true. हो जाए काफी देर हो गई है. Attention through the eyes goes out, brings the message. It is in the mind, and the intellect interprets before the consciousness. Now, the major thing to understand is, can this happen in the absence of consciousness? That is the real thing. Consciousness can be there as in the child, without the mind. Without any feeling, without any thought process, without any sensation, consciousness is there. But the mind, what you call mind, your feeling, your experience cannot be without the consciousness, isn't it? समझ आ रही बात? जरा हाँ ना करो ना. नहीं आ रही. So what is prior? You value your thought or emotion or experience or even your body or whatsoever, but you never pay any attention to the very source. And what is the source? The very consciousness. See, if there is no consciousness, there is nothing. So it is all consciousness. It has taken many forms. It can play infinite role. That is its nature, and it goes on playing. New form appears, old form disappears, again new form appears, again old form disappears. Forms and forms and forms and forms and forms. It is just Leela. Appearance, disappearance, appearance, disappearance. And that too, the magic is, it is appearing and disappearing in consciousness, by consciousness. The whole game is by consciousness, and it is perceived in consciousness. That is the magic. Now to remember, the point to remember is, what is prior? Bulle Shah says, Ik alaf padho chutkara hai. Read that which is the first, which is prior, which is in the beginning. You just read that, you just understand that, and the story is finished. Chutkara means then you are free. You are in moksha. In 5 words, he is conveying the message, Ik alaf padho chutkara hai. You just read that one which is prior. And what is prior? Now we have discovered. What is prior? Why you are so cautiousness? Speak loudly at least. है ना? हो जाए. This is not a lecture. It is intimate dialogue. It is communication. I believe in that. Not that I am holier than thou. I come and I talk and I go. No. It's communication between friends. If you don't understand anything, you ask me. If I am wrong, you can put me right. हो जाए कुंतल क्या होता? What is prior? Consciousness. Now this consciousness is very elusive. When this attention is functioning through the senses, like through the ear, through the eyes, through the nose, through the smell, through the touch of the body, even you can touch your body and there is a feeling of touch, there is a sensation. But when consciousness is present, isn't it? Maybe everything disappears, consciousness can remain. When you do meditation, what happens? If you go sometime deep into meditation, what happens? Mind disappears, thoughts disappears, the other disappears, the universe disappears. But what remains? What remains? That is really you. Identify with that. That is home. Kabir is saying to his illiterate fellows, not educated like I have, Dhyandev, and company. Oh yeah. He may be talking to very simple who can understand moon and sun and home and house and ICIC bank loan to buy a house. He's saying that home is very unusual. That home is nothing but this very consciousness. Now, what is the problem? The problem is we are all the time so much habitual to go out through the senses. That is the problem. Our attention has the very, 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 very bad habit to give here, to go there, to run there, to run here, isn't it? All the time when you are sitting silently with closed eyes, though you are not seeing anything apparently, but inside you are seeing again. You are remembering your wife who was angry in the morning. हो जाए. Now you are in the office, wife is in the house, you must forget, but you never forget, your attention goes back. It is all, attention is always moving. Meditation means no movement. Attention has stopped. It has become still and silent. When it is totally still and silent, this is pure consciousness. Don't be serious. A fly will go inside. You know, I have to speak, I have to open the mouth. And I become jealous because then you are just listening and your mouth is shut, and then I say, ho jaye. Then your mouth opens up, maybe some flies enter. This attention is moving all the time. Meditation means no movement of attention. The moment it stops, the magic happens. You are at the very source. Now this consciousness has the quality of being, of knowing. Knowing happens, being happens because of the consciousness. Consciousness is all. But it is unaware of itself, its own existence. So it is searching through many, many ways to become someone, to get famous, to be rich. That is what it is trying. But when it knows itself, its true nature, it is totally satisfied. Because it is the root source of everything. Whatsoever is has come from the consciousness and again will disappear into the consciousness. To Kabir saying to his fellows that Vaghar sabse nyara, that home is very lovely home, very unique one, unusual, amazing. He again says, I am coming back to Kabir. He says, where there is no wisdom, there is no knowledge. There is no need to have any knowledge because that is the very source of all the knowledge. In India, we call them Jnani who just stabilized in their consciousness, that's all. And those Jnani we worship. Jnani does not mean knowledgeable. Jnani means the realized one. What he has realized his source, the very consciousness, that he is nothing but consciousness, pure consciousness. Now he is happy. If he wants to know anything, all the secret can be given by the same consciousness. But he does not need. If he needs something, he can know something. But when he is established, rooted, stabilized in that consciousness, he is just complete, full, happy. That's the story is finished. That is why a saint may look very poor. Saints are poor. They don't run after money. They don't make big houses and farmhouses and factories, and they don't try to become Ambanis because they have all the money they want, and that is their consciousness. They are happy. After all, when you have a lot of money, what is the motive behind it? The motive is to be happy. Or if you want to have a girlfriend, what is the motive? To be happy. Or a boyfriend. Or if you want to become famous, what is the motive behind? You want to satisfy your own thought, our own emotion, our own feeling. That's it. But then it is already satisfied. Actually speaking, in that space, there is no emotion, there is no desire. It does not mean he is emotionless. No. No, sir. There does not arise. You have all this as waves. Your desires, your emotion, your thoughts, all the sensation. It is like waves on the ocean. Waves have calmed down, they have merged in the very source. So they don't search for anything. When you have that kind of wave, suppose on the ocean, on the consciousness, the wave comes up takes the form, becomes the desire and wants something, then it goes behind. In that very state, the consciousness which was restless, which was not steady, becomes restful, steady, silent, still. And the beauty is the whole functioning of the whole thing just goes on and on and on, and very naturally, without any accident. You do a thing and you do many accidents all the time. What is happening in the house from morning till evening? When you are fighting, it is accident, isn't it? Because these waves are fighting, coming like this. When they bang the shore, then they turn back. They fight again with the other. Your emotions, your thoughts are nothing but ripples on the surface of pure consciousness. Get stabilized. That is what is needed. Where there is no wisdom, no meditation or prayer or rituals. Once you are settled there in your real home, all these things have no meaning. Meditation, no need. Prayer, ritual, Vedas, Quran, Gita, because all that have already come from that only. Now, if you speak something, it is like a Gita, it is like a Quran. Because now the source is speaking. Source has come to know its true nature. I told you the story of a lion, baby lion. Now baby lion knows that who he is. The moment you know who you are, you don't depend on any Gita, on any Quran. You know what is there. And that itself has come from that. That is the source, and you are the source. In that home, neither supported nor unsupported, that is the beauty. That it has no ground. It is not in between, supported or unsupported. Everything disappears there. No inside, no outside. The moment you are pure consciousness, you will see you are neither in nor out. Just now, Kabir is saying that home is inside. I am also saying go in. But when you go in and get rooted in your true nature, which is nothing but consciousness, the outer and inner disappears. There is no out, there is no in. In consciousness, there is no in, there is no out. In and out is relative to this body. Now you know that you are not the body, but you are pure consciousness. That is why the in and out disappears. There is no in, there is no out. No inside or outside, neither the manifest nor the unmanifest. Where the five elements, these are the five elements: earth, air, water, sky, fire, which you are made of. Now, if you go to the very source of things, what they say, they means the one, the realized one. They say there was nothing. Out of nothing, suddenly there is a wave. The consciousness appears. Consciousness gives birth to the space. Space gives birth to the fire. Fire gives birth to the water. Water gives birth to the earth. Five elements are ready. Through their different combination, this whole universe get manifested in a spur of moment. Now this is all play of the consciousness, which has appeared suddenly. First it was in unmanifest state. In Sanskrit we called it avyakt, unmanifest, uncreated. Out of unmanifest, suddenly there is a manifestation. The source of all manifestation, the stuff of all the manifestation is consciousness. It appears. It gives birth to five elements. When five elements are together, form a form, then immediately three guna appears: inertia, activity, and harmony. But all these five elements and three gunas are not there. These also not there. Neither any words of wisdom, no roots, no flower. You eat vegetables, there are vegetables which are roots. They grow under the earth. The flowers grow above the earth. They both are not there. No creepers, no seeds, no trees. But still, Kabir is saying there is a fruit without any tree. And you are that. You are a very sweet fruit, my dear. Very tasty one. But forgotten. Forgotten your own base, your own source. There is no I am this or I am that. Because for that you need somebody else. When the other is not, you cannot say I am this. To whom you say I am this? You are a man before a woman. When a woman is there, suddenly you feel that you are a man. Or you suddenly feel that you are a woman. Especially women feel much more. They are more body conscious. But when they are at home, there is no need to remember that I am a woman or a. When you are separate, there is no need. It is in relativity. No up or down. There is no up or down. All the relativity has gone. The duality has gone. The counter opposite has disappeared. It is the song of Advaita, where duality disappears. In this absolute state, what we called Purusha, there is nothing there, says Kabir. And he is saying because he has realized. Kahe Kabir hum jana. Kabir is saying, I am saying by knowing this, I am asserting because I have realized all this. And he says, and whosoever will listen to me, will embrace my understanding, my teaching, my suggestion, will find the state of nirvana. He will taste nirvana. Nirvana means going into the very original state from which you have appeared. Again you are back to the source, that is called nirvana. हो जाए